Okay, what I think is important about what we're doing is that sometimes art is supposed to tell us something. Sometimes art is supposed to show us something. And I think that sometimes art is supposed to teach us how to respond, what to do once we know something. Once you tell me something, then what? Once you show me something, then what? Very good dance theater is the then what. And I think we are in the then what times. I think that there is necessary skill to be learned from trying to be together, even though we don't have all the time, even though we don't know each other, even though we don't live in the same place, we don't speak the same language, we don't have the same ability, we don't have the same opinion, perspective. That is one part of it that I think is like so important. And the other part that is the then what, I think, for me, is that then what? We still tell our stories to each other. We still dance our dances with each other. We still sing our songs together. Yes, theater is so important. Art is so important as ritual and as evidence of the times that we have lived, of showing us new perspectives, showing us old perspectives in new ways, delighting our senses, you know, maintaining our bodies and our minds, sustaining our life. Art is so important. And I think because of that, because it is so important, everyone should know that it lives in them. Everyone should know that they can access it. Especially when we're saying, what else can we do? What can we do? Well, this is the theory, right? This is sort of like the crux of very good dance theater, is that art pretending, this is something about queer praxis, is that fantasy creates reality. And we know that's true because there is theater. And we know it's divine because it's called theater magic. And so when we're inviting you to With What We Have Left, it is not only inviting you to engage in attempting at a practice to get to know each other despite ... and to do it together with our bodies in space at the same time. But it is also, it is training us for the battlefield of broken dreams ahead. And maybe that is something that I think is inherent in it, that maybe people want to avoid. So I want to reiterate, we sing our songs, we dance our dances. There is so much joy, I think, that I've experienced in the first few shows we've done this week. And in working on this throughout a couple years, really, there's something I think that is that I know that I've lived about doing that is related to doing the show, is that, like, in the show we're showing our collaborators, our people that we work with, we're showing them love. We're showing them that we know them. We're showing them that we understand them, and we're showing them ways in which we understand them, and inviting you all to help us do that. There's something so powerful and kind of simple there is that we create collective power to show love to a singular person. That there is something so powerful about, look, here's the psychic. She agrees, Dinah. I'm gonna go ask. Actually, there is something. See, I'm getting distracted. Um, what I basically what I'm saying is, come to the show. Um, if somehow you see this before, we do the shows in Orlando. We do this in Orlando this Friday and Saturday. What's that? The 21st and 22nd of May? Unsure. Can't tell you. Friday and Saturday. Ask me. Orlando Fringe. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I think there's something that we learn functionally from theater that I think you do not get in other theatrical experiences. No value statement there. I have value statements to make, but I'm not making them. I'm telling you just not more than, not in comparison to. Although we could compare and contrast. Let's do that in the comments. There's your task for the comments. Please feel free to compare and contrast in the comments about which ways of doing theater is best. It's gonna rain on me. Series Q, don't tell me not to live, just sit and butter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Yeah. Who told you you're allowed to rain on on my parade? Right? Is there something yeah, that I think we get to there collectively, and at a time where we're like, the power is so at the top, and I cannot believe they're doing X, Y, and Z, and what will we do? Well, okay, trigger warning, voting, because today's election day in Philly. I'm not there. We'll vote for one person to uplift us. Okay, well, great. If that's something you're interested in, then come to with what we have left. We engage in a collective practice of uplifting one person. But there is something to remember that the person, if you are looking for, this is what I'm gonna post a video of my funeral that I had for myself recently. At the end, I brought an audience member up. I washed their feet and then asked them to watch me dance. And I thought I was just gonna do a little dance, and I don't know, I was just so overcome. And I was trying to tell them, I've met them before, I don't remember their name because I'm really bad with names. It's ADHD. If you're watching this, you're in the dance. I'd love to share it with you. And thank you again. Like, oh my God, that was incredible. But I'm still just digesting on what the funeral was and what it meant for my mom. I just posted a podcast about my mom, me and my mom talking. So you should go listen to that.
My contribution is sharing my experience, strength, and hope. Take care of the dogs, sharing, whatever, helping my neighbor. That's the stuff that I can give now.
Sure. If you want more context for why I'm like this, and it's also really beautiful. It's like to hear her. Yeah, maybe this is a magic that it's like I'm learning by experience is like you can persevere, you can overcome the multiple forces upon you, but only through collective support. It's like she talks a lot about like what she can offer is helping her neighbor, and I think that's like so powerful. That is so powerful. And as you'll hear, is a person who like has made a lot of mistakes in their life and has suffered a lot of hardship. All that to say, maybe it is through knowing her, that I know I can tell you this, and I think my theater is an attempt to help you feel that, because I imagine and I know what we could do, what we could overcome together, even if we don't know how to yet, or we don't know each other yet. So that's the rant, I guess. That's the update. That's the appeal. That's the call to action. Um, if we're ever doing the show, or you see this and you want to bring this show, if you're interested in hearing about this show, please let me know. For those of you who are following closely, I am gonna go watch the video of my podcast, or listen to the podcast of me and my mom, and then I will be posting a video of my funeral if I wasn't there yet. Oh, this is also an update, which I guess I should formalize later, but I will be sorry, I get distracted sometimes. Everything that I made from the funeral, which was like $300, I am donating back to. Yeah, I'm unclear yet, and so this is the classic misgender of me, is that like, I have announced just something I believe is true, or something that like I know that I'm doing or am going to do, and without really knowing how. But it's just like, I was like overwhelmed, and this is something that like I feel really called to get active in right now, as I am looking ahead to the troubling times for girls like me. And so I just don't know exactly how I want to do this. Tax wise, I did tell some girl after my show, that it was tax evasion. It's not tax evasion. Y'all know I like so misgender. She really just say whatever's at the top of her head, girl. Is that I'm going to be donating everything that I make from the funeral to Black trans women living with HIV. That's just the truth. And that's something that I feel really called to right now, is because a lot of us are like, we're going backwards, we're going back in time, we're reverting. Well, I've done my history, and I'm looking back at my people, and figuring if we're moving on a timeline, we're moving towards a way where trans healthcare is becoming harder and harder to access, that HIV healthcare is becoming harder and harder to access, and the people who died first were Black queer femmes, and in a particular subset of them, a lot of them died from AIDS-related illness. And so, like, if that's where we're going, I think we should start. We should get moving on making sure those people are safe. So yeah, I don't know yet what I want to do. This is something that was really incredible. Somebody that gave me a donation. I just sort of announced that at the end of the show. You'll see in the video. But I just sort of announced that I was going to be doing that, and then somebody afterwards asked me for my Venmo so that they could make a donation, and what they said was like, "Oh, look, confirmation, dude, trans people, we're everywhere. Yeah, we are invading." Don't clip that and send that to conservatives. Dude, oh, gay people down here. I know that's right. Okay, so anyway, what was I saying? Sorry, I was having an idea of how I can release this, how I can put this on the internet. I'm getting distracted. Okay, so we need to get to the end of updates then. Um, so I lost it. Well, I can't go back and see. I guess that's why sometimes artistic practice is hard. Well, this has been performance art. Come to the show. If you see this soon, bring us here. Oh, okay. See, this is important. Thank you for bringing it back. Yes. So I don't know if I'm gonna like. Somebody said support group. Like, thank you. I'm like getting lost. Somebody said support group, and so I was like, oh, that kind of sparked something in me because I'm about collective effort and yeah, theater as organizing. I'm like, we've been working on for Very Good Dance Theater, like working on getting some funding for social work, right? Which is like really at the crux of what we do is like getting people together and like organizing the community, like you know what I'm saying. And most of our money that we spend goes towards mutual aid. Anyway, we can get all into that. If you'd like to become a donor of Very Good Dance Theater, then let me know. But so maybe I will donate this back to Very Good Dance Theater to make a program. That's sort of a thing I'm wondering. Is there a support? Is it a support group or is it just a fund? Yeah. So I'm thinking a lot about mutual aid right now, and specifically for Black trans women living with HIV, people who are just like really vulnerable right now, and people that I'm in community with, which is why why I'm motivated by my understanding that I'm in community with these people, and so are you if you're watching this, and so I will take donations, or the work of Very Good Dance Theater will take donations. All of my stuff is starting to become less and less entangled, so that's why I'm going to start being a little more specific. I think when I talk to y'all about where money is going, just for transparency, because it's kind of like our money is something that I'm coming to that maybe, I know maybe, and I'm not trying to say that like in an entitled way. I mean, I kind of mean like my money is your money. And I just believe in reciprocity. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna finally stop giving updates because it's raining and I gotta start getting strategic about traveling now. But come to the show, donate, please. If you have money or you're subscribed to this Patreon, that just goes for my living expense. And please feel free to reconsider at any point, whether you have less funds or more funds. Please, I take you all's this money, and I do utilize it for keeping people alive. But I understand that we all have to allocate our resources differently. I'm allocating mine to you. That's just what I'm doing. I think that's better. There's a value statement. There's a value statement. There it is. So yes, it's raining a lot now. So what do we want to end on? It's raining. It's pouring. My love life is boring me to tears. After all these years.